Welcome to Crack the Egg podcast.
Eggisode 6. There's too many. I can't.
Today we are talking about
Taylor's new epic song. It's called Parka Summer.
Yay!
So Taylor, what inspired you?
That's so weird.
Seriously, what inspired you to do this song?
Okay, fun fact, it actually started as a joke. Or like more of like a... Okay, so me and my friend did this silly little photo shoot thing, right? Mm-hmm. And posted on Instagram. I was just so quirky, you know. So I was wearing a parka. I called it a parka. And it was like literal summer heat. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, my caption was like, help me pick my album cover for my new thing, Parka Summer. Mm-hmm. And it was like complete joke. Literally had no intention of like ever even releasing anything, let alone an album. And then everyone literally thought it was real, and I was like, well, that's awkward because it's not. But then I was like, Parka Summer, that could be a vibe. So then I just wanted to make it real, and something that I've been passionate for, and like my passion for it has just grown, is just trying to show people that Christian music is more than what it is usually perceived to be, or like the box that it's stuck in. Yeah. Because that really grinds my gears.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because, you know, people always think, well, okay, I'm not going to stereotype all people to thinking this, but a lot of people assume that Christianity is boring, lame, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And it's just, it can be normal life. Yeah.
I would agree with that because me, when I grew up not a Christian, I totally, like, I thought Christians were lame. Yeah. Just being honest. So, like, yeah, and now being a Christian, I could see the beautifulness. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so it just started with just the first couple lines, like that first verse, and it's definitely like the first verse, which says, days fly, it's a numb feeling, wondering what's keeping me going. Like, even just those first two lines, it's just like that feeling of like being stuck in this like cycle of life, and feeling like, you know, like, what am I, like, what's this life for? Like, just going back to, like, the root of, like, why am I here? And what am I living for? And, you know, if I really do believe in God, like, am I showing that with my life? Or am I just, like, living through this redundant cycle of, like, doing the same things over and over?
Yeah, honestly, those two lines actually remind me of Ecclesiastes. Have you read Ecclesiastes?
Probably a little bit.
It's so depressing, bro. Like, he's like, it's the book that it's everything is vanity, nothing's worth it. Like, nothing's new under the sun, you know. But at the end, he wraps it all up by saying, none of this is worth it if we're not doing it for God. So like that's what those two verses, lines remind me of. Yeah.
And then, I love the next two lines just cause I love them. But, out of touch, my oil lamp not burning, that's just really just showing, like, I'm not where I should be with God. And, do you want to read Matthew 25?
Sure.
I said 1 through 13, but you can read however much you want, you know, up to you, bro.
What was it? 25?
Yeah, Matthew 25. This is Jesus. Who's he talking to?
He's giving a parable.
Yeah. So, this is the oil lamp parable.
Yeah, you read. Okay. Because I'd be struggling, bro.
Wait, where were you? Should I start over?
Yeah, just start over.
Okay. Then the kingdom of heaven will be comparable to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were prudent. For when the foolish took their lamps, they took no oil with them, but the prudent took oil in flasks along with their lamps. Now while the bridegroom was delaying, they got drowsy and began to sleep. But at midnight there was a shout, Behold, the bridegroom, come out to meet him. Then all those virgins rose and trimmed their lamps. The foolish said to the prudent, Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the prudent answered, No, there will be not enough for us and you too. Go instead to the dealers and buy some for yourselves. And while they were going away to make the purchase, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding feast, and the door was shut. Later the other virgins also came, saying, Lord, Lord, open up for us. But he answered, Truly I say to you, I do not know you. Be on the alert then, for you do not know the day nor the hour.
So good.
Yeah. So, okay, quick question. When was Covenant Winter Retreat?
Oof.
Was it 2020?
I'm going to say, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Okay, so, because I'm pretty sure I wrote this after Covenant, which was one of our winter retreats for our youth group, because there was a huge, like, that was a big, like, the bride and the groom were the bride.
Yeah.
And just talking about, like, how he's building our house for us up there, and, like, we have to be ready. So, like, that was, like, very fresh in my mind. So, that's, like, was a heavy influence for me writing that line. And then the next line, lukewarm, never felt so freezing. Just how, just like, you know, sometimes you don't realize how lukewarm you really are being, but I feel like when you realize it, it's like, dang, like, this doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't be in this state.
Yeah. My current state.
Yeah. Ditto.
Yeah, it's so hard to try to stay connected to the branch. I know we touched this. We touched on this on Eggisode.
Don't look at me.
I've lost track.
I have no idea.
But I think it was 5. Yeah. This is 6, so that was 5. The last Eggisode.
Yeah.
We talked about John 15, which is you are the vine, we are the branches, and we never realize how lukewarm we can get, or unfruitful we can get.
Yeah.
If we're disconnected from the vine. It feels like almost not too late, but like it just feels bad.
Yeah, that's
You know?
true.
Especially when you can see that he's like blessing us abundantly, like over and over again.
That's so true. Yeah, we really just be going the other way.
Yeah. This that line also, lukewarm, never felt so freezing, just reminded me of Revelation 3:16, which is talking about the lukewarm water and how he can spit it out.
Yeah. He's like, ew. So, put your parka on. So, like, when I was writing this, it's the thing I had to figure out was, how am I going to make the title Parka Summer be about Jesus? So, like, obviously, I didn't want to make it, like, so weird and metaphorical that, like, it wasn't understandable, but I also wanted to be, like, a song that maybe somebody who's not a Christian would stumble upon and be like, this is a cool vibe, but then be like, wait, what's it actually talking about? And then maybe, like, it would point somebody to Jesus. So, okay, ask.
I was gonna say, we haven't played any of it.
Oh.
I guess we could do
The first verse in the pre-chorus?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are about to hear a little something.
So good.
Days flights and I'm feeling, wondering what's keeping me going. Out of touch, my oil lamp not burning, lukewarm,
So,
Yeah.
epic song.
Pre-chorus?
Yeah, pre-chorus. Yeah, you already spoke a little bit about, you didn't want it to be so, a lame metaphor,
Yeah.
like too metaphorical.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me more.
Definitely some of this is just because it rhymed and sounded good. But, the whole idea, so, like, the best way I have been describing it to people is that, Park of Summer is basically a representation of how we, like, God calls us to such a, to do uncomfortable things and live such an opposite way from what the world wants us to do. So,
I see, Park of Summer.
yeah. So, which you see that more, like, in the actual chorus, but, it's basically just, like, God calls us to live in such a different way, and he does that for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a lot of times we don't want to accept, we don't want to do the uncomfortable things because it's uncomfortable.
Right.
But he does that for a reason, and he will protect us
Right.
in whatever he calls us to do. Yeah, the pre-chorus is just, because, you know, you have the first verse where it's, like, the brokenness and feeling distant from God, but then the pre-chorus is, like, realizing what you need to do. And I love when songs, like worship songs, I love when they say, like, take me back to my first love, or, like, bring me back to the start of our relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then the pre-chorus says, now I'm who I want to be, like it should have been when it was you and me in the garden. Cameron wrote that line. So good. But that's just, like, pointing back to, like, Adam and Eve, because that was, like, the start of it all, and everything was perfect, and their relationship with God was perfect. They had no shame, no sin, you know, so it's, like, I want to be as close to that as I can be.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so good. By the way, Cameron is her brother.
Yeah, Cameron's my brother. He
And
produced it.
yeah.
He killed it. He also helped me write some of it, so shout out Cam.
Yeah. That's great. It just takes us back to the garden and the state that we should have been in and how broken we are
Yeah.
and how we mess things up. All right, I'm going to try to play this from my iPad. Let's see if it works. Sorry, I get into it.
Yeah, I feel like the chorus is, it's just, that's, like, it's showing the main point of the song, is that he calls us to an inside out way of living.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, just, you know, a few fun ways to say that we have to sacrifice, or, you know, sacrifice, like, our comfortableness. Is that a word? I don't know.
No, but it's okay.
Like I said a second ago.
Yeah. It's the upside down world of God,
Yeah, true.
but it's actually right side up and the whole world is upside down.
Yeah.
Get wrecked, the world.
Ooh.
All right, I'll go ahead and play verse 2.
I wanna tell this world about this feeling, even though it's not a breeze. Your love is so freeing, just like the wind. You're telling me where to go. I'll trust you 'cause I can't do it on my own. So put your parka on.
Yeah, I have to let this play.
This is the summer when the sun doesn't touch your skin. Now I'm who I wanna be, like I should have been when it was you and me in the garden. Even when it's summer, I'll pretend it snows. Even when it rains, I'll give you my
I think I'm just now getting the song.
True, true.
You call me.
Well, good thing we have Man, that's so surreal.
Such a good song.
Yeah.
So verse 2, tell me about it.
I don't know. I really love. I think the song, like, it just makes sense in my head, you know? Like, it starts with the brokenness, comes to the realization of, like, what God's calling us to do, and then it's wrapping it up by saying that, like, I want to tell the world about this. Like, that one prostitute, I think. Jesus was at the well. Yeah. Yeah. Like, she literally was like, dude, I have to tell everybody about this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, once you have God in your life, once you feel that, even if you do still mess up and have those days where you're distant from him, you still get excited about it and want to tell everyone about it and want other people to experience what you're feeling and be able to just live with, like, hope and joy and peace.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this song just takes me back to when I became a Christian. It really does. Because I was the person who thought Christianity was lame. And then now, like, when I became a Christian about 10 years ago, I think so. 10 years ago, it was like, yeah, I just wanted to tell everybody. My friends that are still on a bad path. I wanted to tell them, but instead I pushed them away because it's an upside down world that people don't want to live in. It's uncomfortable, and they don't want to get away from the things. So
Facts.
yeah.
And then I feel like it's always good just to have that reminder that it's not gonna be following Jesus is better.
Oh. Can you see it?
Move your not easy. See what we did there? A little clap. But yeah, that's literally what this next line is saying. Even though it's not a breeze, your love is so freeing. Just reading Matthew 11:29 through 30, it says, "Simply join your life with mine, learn my ways, and you'll discover that I'm gentle, humble, easy to please. You will find refreshment and rest in me, for all that I require of you will be pleasant and easy to bear." But, like, we have to remember, like, what like, our human perception of this something being easy and all that, like, God doesn't have the same, standards or
outlook or perspective
or anything really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that's always just a good reminder because sometimes we get caught in like a rut of being like, oh, life's so hard, when like in reality we just need that perspective change.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah. And then the last two lines for me, it's really just like, even in this like season of life that I'm in, like going to college, it's like kind of what I'm telling myself, but it's also my like life verse, I guess you could say, is Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your understanding. Seek His will in all that you do, and He will show you which path to take. Something like that.
Yeah.
That's just been a reoccurring verse in my life, and so
interesting. It's been a reoccurring verse in my life too.
Oh my gosh, twinsies. So yeah, just I feel like, you know, you have to tell the world about Jesus, but you have to remember that's not gonna be easy. You'll be let down, you'll be rejected, but you just have to go where God tells you to go, and you have to trust Him in that.
Yeah.
So put your parka on.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So how does this apply to worship?
Oh, true. I forgot about that part of our podcast.
In our walk, in our daily walk, because it's not about being on the worship team or on the tech team. It's not just about those jobs. It's about your life as well. And you mentioned this in some episode some time ago about the overflow, being an overflow. So if you're not getting this down right, like you can't overflow, you know?
Yeah,
so,
true.
Yeah. Put your park on.
Go stream Park of Summer.
Yeah. Now for the worst part that we suck at.
What do we say?
Well, I mean, we suck at wrapping up. We haven't wrapped up.
Oh, okay. How do you do this? So basically, put your park on. Live the crazy way that God wants you to live. Don't give up even when you feel stuck in a rut and that you aren't close to God. Ask others to help you. Be accountable with your relationship with Jesus.
Yeah. Just stay attached to the
Source.
source.
And we're talking to ourselves too.
Yeah, because we suck at it,
Yeah.
especially lately.
Yeah.
What there was something. Oh, and like when it was me and you in the garden. So you and me in the garden. So like always remember that God loves you. Like he's there for you, and he wants what's best for you. He's not trying to make the world hard. He's not trying to make things challenging.
He's not trying to ruin your life.
Right. He's not out to get you.
Yeah.
Like he wants the best for you. So be in his word, you know, like seek him, pray. Because that's what matters. That is putting your parka on. Because he's the source. He's the parka. Is that the point? Sort of.
Yeah. We'll go with that. Yeah. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as it means you're getting to Jesus.
Yeah. There you go. The artist.
You heard it here.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The Vanessa.
No. This is about you. Today it actually is about you.
Okay. Bye.
Now what do we say?
Yeah, I forgot. Go serve with excellence.
And glorify God in everything you do. Last time you tried to give me a high five.
Oh.
I mean, I wasn't saying this so we could do it.
Oh.
But I was going to wave. Anyway, alright.
Okay, bye guys. You're so cool.